Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Can everyone hear me? Just put a thumbs up if you can. Cool. Okay, so this is our third team debrief. So it's still going to be a little short. But we're going to kind of go over the project updates that's happening right now, what's going to happen this weekend, and what we're going to be doing in the future. So for the first bit, it's going to be a little different. We're going to do a survey. So if everyone can either type that code or the URL code down the bottom, or if you can scan that QR code, we'll take 10 minutes and go ahead and do that survey. So, and this is not for leads. So anyone who is not a lead, please take this. Okay, so for those who aren't done, the timer is messing up, so I'm just going to keep going. For those who aren't done, you can continue while Garrett's going into the next stuff. But if you are done, make sure you pay attention.
All right, so just a quick update of where we're at. We technically do have a rolling chassis now that all of our suspension components are machined and on the car. There are a few other things that we'd like to complete before we actually put the car on wheels and put it on the ground. And a lot of that is what needs to be done in the manual machine shop, which I'll get into a little bit later. So we're still about 2 weeks behind where we should be, which is good progress considering we got into the shop 2 weeks late and we're being consistent in the progress that we're making. I'd like to say thank you to all the new members that have been coming to the shop and helping out. It's been a huge help. And if you haven't had the opportunity to come in the shop yet and you think that maybe it's too late, don't feel like that at all. If you're ever nervous about coming to the shop, you can message any of the leads and just ask, what can I help out with? And when are you going to be in the shop to help machine or anything? And we'll get you set up and make sure that we get you working on something that you really want to do. You can go to the next slide, Stephen. So this is how you guys can get involved. We have a couple of things that are going to be welded soon. One of them is actually something that Noah wants to have for new members coming up, and that's our engine stand for the dyno table. It's a relatively simplistic item, so if you're interested in welding and want a little bit of practice on that, we're always around in the shop, and if you want practice, we can get you set up on some scrap metal and get you just any kind of welding that you want to get into. And then obviously we have the engine stands. That'll be an actual physical part that we will use that we can get new members involved with. We have some other things on powertrain, such as the cooling bunks, which is aluminum welding. We won't have new members do that, but if you're interested in how it's done, feel free to come by and shadow one of us and help out as much as you can. There's also ARB mounts for the frame, which is another welding part. As for machining, oh, Stephen, your mouse is showing up on the, sorry. As for machining, one of the best ways to learn has been spacers. That's one of the parts that we're gonna have to machine a lot of, both for CR20 and CR21. So that's a good part in our manual machine shop to get you up to speed on how to use the lathe. All of that will be for suspension. We also have some CNC parts coming up that if you're interested in becoming or learning more about our CNC process, we have our restrictor, oil cooler, and some frame jigging coming up in the future that will be good learning pieces. And if you guys are interested, just let me know or any of the leads know, and we will get you in the shop and show you how we do or work our CNC machines. Also, we're trying as much as possible to use our Team Up app. If you don't know what that is, that's on the Team Hub on our website. If you go to machining sign up, then you can sign up for certain slots throughout the week to reserve a spot for machining. And we'll try to plan that as much as possible the week before, so that cutoff will be Sunday at 9 p.m. before the week starts. We have some big knowledge transfer tasks coming up that we'd like as many new members to come in and help out with as possible, so that when all of our senior members leave the team, that you guys know how to do these important steps. So one of them is bleeding brakes, obviously a very important part of our car and of the suspension system. We'll also be having damper rebuilds with the suspension team. A big task I would like to get done this weekend is a coolant replacement of all of our CNCs. This is a pretty lengthy process and something that we've never done before, so it'll be a learning experience for us, but we'd also like some new members there as well, so that you guys know how to do it in the future. Also, we're hoping to get our restrictor laid up, which is both a composites and powertrain part. So if you're interested in composites and how that process works, feel free to reach out to us and we'll let you know that when we're going to do that. We also have a differential rebuild coming up. If you're on the powertrain team and interested in drivetrain, that'll be one thing that you want to look out for, that you want to help out with. Reach out to Noah and he'll let you know that when we're doing that. And we've been pretty consistently working on our wiring harness, which is a big electrical component and the main electrical component of our car. So if you want to get into the electrical team or learn how our wiring harness is put in the car, as well as connected to all of our sensors, reach out to Steve or I, and we'll get you set up with that. So that's team updates for now.
Cool. Thanks, Garrett. So for overall things non-engineering wise, apparel has been placed and it's in the production queue. For those who didn't get it, we did purchase extras, and you're more than welcome to get an extra once those come in. Continue doing stuff on Team Up, so signing up for the machining as well as logging everything you do on Clockify. The other thing is membership requirements. So those were due the 30th of September. If you have not completed those, please let me know. It is your SAE membership, your membership quiz, and your agreement form. I believe the agreement form is still on the Team Hub, but the SAE membership and membership quiz have been placed somewhere else. So if you have not done them, you will have to let me know to find those. One thing that I'm going to go into detail about is Airtable and cart drive day. So with our machining, we do have a system in place of how we know what to machine. We haven't really explained it to everyone yet. So I'm going to give you guys a little quick demo about where you get it and how you access it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the Team Hub itself. So you're going to scroll down to where it shows CR20 parts Airtable. We're not manufacturing 21 currently, so you just have to do 20. It's the same Airtable process of how we check in. It's just a little bit more, it's a different layout. So it has all the different sub teams and all their different parts that are on here if it loads. So what you do is you go onto the Team Hub, you pull it up that way. It has all the specifications that you need. It has drawing files on there. This is for CNC and also manual machine shop. Our leads are working on updating this right now. It's probably not going to load because I'm posting it right now. But go take a look at it afterward. Well, if it loads, I'll let it load a little bit because I want to show you guys how to use it. It is an interactive thing, same thing as what we used for shop check-in. So you have to go through and update certain things, put your name down of what things you machined. You have to update the progress of it. So hopefully it will load and I can show you guys real quick. Come on. Okay, well, oh, here we go. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there. So it is every component that we machine on the car that is on here. So there's stuff that are from last year's people that have graduated. So you'll see some names that you may not recognize. But it is organized by sub-team. So there's a bunch of Aero stuff on here, but all the other sub-teams are as well on here. I'm going to try to go to one where I can show you guys what to do. So for chassis, we'll just give an example. So the part numbers are on here, as well as the part description. The team is on there. The only things that you will be changing, so I would recommend new members do this for the first few times with an older person. The only things that you'll be changing are stuff that's in the status tab. So there's either done, not done, or in progress. So obviously things that are done have already been machined. Those that are not done have not been machined. Things that are in progress are what you are currently working on. So when you find a part that's not done, you'll change it to in progress. You will then move it over to, you'll put your name down, the machinist. It has the material specified. The other things that you fill out is the machine you used. So if you're in the manual machine shop, we have all the different lathes and mills listed out. So it tells you which one they are. Same for the mills, and then also the CNC mill and lathe are also on there. So when the part is completed, then you will edit that in the date completed. Like I said, the SolidWorks file is here. It may not pull up, but they are uploaded for all the parts that are not done. If they're not, the leads are working on that right now, and hopefully they'll have that done before this weekend or beginning of next week. So that's kind of a quick summary about it. We use this because there's a tracking system in the back end that I haven't turned on yet just because we haven't been using this yet, that tracks our progress of a completed car. So now that we're kind of back in the machining phase of things, we're going to turn that back on and start looking at that. So back to presentation. The next thing I have is the drive day. So we do have a drive day coming up this weekend, weather permit, because weather is going to be pretty bad this weekend, so we will see it out. There are things that I need you to do. If you want to attend, you must scan that QR code. You must complete this form as soon as possible to get you on the list to attend the drive day. You are not required to attend both of them. You can attend one or the other or neither. If you don't want to attend, you don't have to fill it out. If you are attending, I need you to make sure that you get your event pass. So you're going to go to mysource.ua.edu. You're going to click your little name that's in the top right, and then you'll get your event pass. I will use this to scan it in. It's something that's required to you by the source. But yeah, please make sure you scan this QR code if you want to attend. John also posted it in the CART group message. If you're not in that, message in the chat and let John know, and he will put you in So for drive day, we do this at Northeast Commuter here on campus. So you have the rec and the rec fields over here right behind it. You're going to park in this parking lot right here. The only people that will park here are those who have the tools and the cart and all that stuff will go here. But we do park over here and we walk over to this parking lot where we drive. Again, that's in Northeast Commuter. These are the kind of courses that we do run. We do other courses that we set up ourselves. But like I said, the trailer won't be here because we're not bringing the big car, but any cars that have tools will be here. We can bring tents, and we do a Magic course. We also do a NASCAR course, which is just going on an oval. So these are a rough estimate of what the courses are. One big thing is we do use flags when we're doing drive days. We have a standing white, which is a finish lap. Waving white is finish. Waving yellow is return to pit. Standing red is stop and shut off cart. Waving red is stop, shut off, and okay. So those are pretty important. So if you are not in team A and you're in team B, you will be responsible for any cones on that course. So we do mark off the whole entire course. If a cone is hit, once the car is passed, you can go replace that cone and put it back. And also team B is responsible for flags. Like I said, if a cone is moved from or knocked out, run and run back, just try to keep your distance from the cart. It won't go as fast as the car, but yeah, keep your distance from the cart. We don't want anyone to get hurt. So this is a rough itinerary of it. Like I said, weather, as you can tell, 90% chance of rain Saturday, 60% chance of Sunday. We will let you guys know tomorrow, probably afternoon. John and I will let you guys know what we're going to do depending on the days with the weather. But right now, Saturday, A team arrives at 9 a.m. They pack up the stuff in Garrett's truck or in their cars. And then B team and A team will arrive at Northeast Commuter at 10 a.m. And then you will drive until then, and then 2 p.m. is lunch. And we're welcome to go back after that. Usually it gets a little hot after that 2 p.m. times. Usually we just kind of cancel the drive day after that. Sunday, I pushed it back 30 minutes after that. If that's the first drive day, we may do it at 9 and do the similar kind of drive day as this. We do that at 9:30 just because everything should already be packed. So yeah, the weather is going to be a little different. It's 90% chance Saturday and 60% chance Sunday, so we'll have to look at that. Apparel, if you are a driver, you must wear closed-toed shoes and pants. Others, hat and sunglasses if it's sunny outside, but obviously shirts and shoes are required, and if it was sunny, sun's going to be your best. So that's kind of a rough itinerary. The more detailed one is posted in the CART group message. John came up with that one. Again, if you're not in that, please let John know. That's kind of all I have. Just make sure you are checked in to this meeting. So scan that QR code in the bottom. Leads and Jono just stay after this meeting. But is there anyone that has any questions about anything that was discussed?
How do you get the event pass again?
So the event pass, you're going to go to mysource.ua.edu, and then you'll click your little name that has your initials at the top right. And once you click that, it will then show event pass in the drop down. And you'll click that, and you can add it to your wallet, or if you have an Android, you can